Those natural waters are special. Something goes in there, comes out different. Natural Samoa water, the taste of nature in a bottle.
Skipper tuna is the healthier choice for you. It's nutritious tuna flakes, packed in easy open cans. Get hooked on the great taste of Skipper tuna today.
Samoa in her journey toward the Miss Pacific Islands pageant in Fiji this year. Your presence today as we launch her on this part of her journey is absolutely immense, and we thank you. Without further ado, I hand over to Digicel to say a few words, and then we will continue with Le Tausalau Samoa for her part in the press conference. Whakatai.
Talofalava and very okay. Talofalava and a very good afternoon to you all. Chair, board members of Onia Productions, it is really a great honor for Digicel to partner with Onia Productions, and this is our third year of partnership as we continue our journey with Onia Production for Digicel Miss Samoa pageant. But today is about the new Miss Digicel Pacific 2026, and we would like to pass our best wishes to Tausala Samoa, Feagaimalii, Soti Mapu, and we wish all the very best to her. So as she would participate in the Miss Pacific Islands 2026. And I hope Samoa has been winning the competition for the last 2 years. So hopefully this year we can make it 3 in a row. No pressure to Sala Samoa, but the talent she has and how she has represented the nation in Samoa, not just locally but abroad as well. I'm sure that she will do the nation proud and then pass the message of our culture and how represent Samoa across the Pacific Islands, but most importantly as well, enjoy the sisterhood with all other Miss Pacific 2026 participants. So we wish her all the best for the competition. Thank you.
Whakatai tele lava. This is now time for Le Tausalau Samoa to share a few words.
Momona whaatala whātu I le waia mo lunga o Samoa o loo mau mai la tātou Faasalalau ngai le nei tū Laauliaso e whaatala whātu po I sui o le tātou au Faasalalau whae whaapele ngata I lea le whangaloina foi le sua le sunga I le sui tai sui officer sili al company malo si Digicel lai whaapele langalango malo si lea a le ono mea productions o lo langalango ina le wha moe moe a wā le anga I atuai le tausa I lio se tausala le Pasifika. Ia ma le ai whapea I fo I lea o le langalango a le malo Samoa. Ia talofa lava. Ia o te iloa I le nei taimi o te o lo iai nai fofuanga e anga I atuai fo I a wā fo I tāpenanga o le wha moe moe ai e lei pere tu ina ato le avanoa ia tō sunga po tō Afioga po I e whai mei ini whasili pe ia ini whasili o lo ofia māle mala mai ia a wā ia tāpenanga po I ia whawhatai. Ia, I le taimi nei I tāpen penanga o loo ngā lulu e so tau au lava ma le ono mea productions I whaamoemoenga uma. For current and with current preparations, I think the main focus has been, of course, with the outward preparations, but also more the inner preparations and preparing myself mentally, psychologically. And so with my preparations now, it's just about honing my understanding on Pacific issues. And I feel that that's a key area. Those are some of the key areas that we look at in the Pacific. Of course, health, education, digital media, which is part of the theme of this year is cybersecurity and things like that. And so really a big part of my focus for my preparations at the moment is building my understanding and my capacity on those issues, but also more so, I think one of the things that is often underestimated when you go into pageants is the mental preparation. And for me personally, in my role and the role that I play, it's really about ensuring how I present myself and how I'm showing up as Miss Samoa, and of course now going into the Miss Pacific Islands, how I'm going to represent Samoa to the Pacific, to the region, and to the world overall. Whawhitai.
Now you will be carrying the hope for Samoa for third time. Any pressure on yourself, Amanda?
No pressure, no pressure. Of course, I think the last two Miss Samoas and of course Miss Pacific Islands, Wimwana and Litara, have set the bar and the standard high for myself going into this role. But at the same time, even without the example that they've set, there should always be a standard that we live up to. And for myself, being Miss Samoa, it's a role that comes with a lot of responsibility, and a lot of responsibility that I am ready to take on. And any challenges that I face and any pressures that comes along with the role, anyone who wears this crown must be able and must be ready to take on the responsibility. And so with that being said, of course, going into the Miss Pacific Island pageant, I go into it with pride, knowing that I stand on the shoulders of Tausalas, like our two previous Tausalas who have gone into the Miss Pacific Islands and conquered the pageant, but also with humility, knowing that I have the support of Onomea Productions, Digicel Pacific, and of course all of you, my beautiful Samoa Matalasi behind me, and with God as my anchor and with my people as my anchor, I believe I can achieve what God seeks out for me to achieve in this space and in this role, according to His plan. So whamoemoe lava I le ali'i ia whamoemoenga uma o awale tausa ilia fo se tausala o le Pasifika ia ai ia whau nā sina tali atu whawhitai.
What's your view about this theme of the
Oh, amazing. I believe that, and I think I've shared this before, that in the Pacific and in Samoa specifically, digital media and social media has given space and given way for people to express ourselves in all ways, but it must also be a really strong reminder, and I believe the pageant plays a huge role in this, and through this theme to remind our people that regardless of the conversations or the communication that we have, whether it be in person or online on digital media, it must always be done with respect and love for others. And I think and I believe that in the Pacific we are guided by those values o le whaalualo, o le alofa, o mea uma whapena, but it's somehow lost in translation when we go onto our phones and when we go on social media and on digital platforms. And it's the pageant as well, as we have seen in previous years and even in recent cases as well, the pageant is a platform and is a space where it allows and somehow I guess allows and people to say whatever they want about the girls freely, and I think with this platform and with the pageant now and the theme that's come up, it's really about honing our attention and sort of switching gears and into how we perceive the pageant as a space for women empowerment or as a platform that tears our people down via digital platforms. So an excellent theme. Yeah. Ia, whawhatai mo le whaapasili, ia, whawhatai whai mo le whamanatu e wha Samoa wa o Tusitala Samoa. Ia, I le taimi nei I tapenanga, o loo maua pele ma whanawhana o na o loo iai whaatasi mai pele mana o le alii, ai whaapea lea o le langalango maa alosi anai o mātua, o nai o ainga, whaapea ia le ono mea ma tangata umalava o loo tu mai o latou tau aua wa le whaamoemoe o loo anga I atuai. Ia I le taimi nei, pe ona suina atu fo I se taimi o luma o loo ngalulue so tau au pea ma le ono mea productions o I latou lea o loo whaatau taia le nei whaamoemoe o latou fo I lea o loo ngalulue whaatasi ma le Miss Samoa I le tolu tau sanga talu o na matale o no mea ia le wala pea tuai fo I maa wile nei tau sanga. Ia o loo maua pea o le fisosoani tele lava lea o loo iai o tangata umalava o loo fisosoani mai. Ia ta watu fo I te au lava ia o loo tele lava lango si o ainga. Lea fo iwo mai ia na isi usum tuangane si o tina mai atunu e whawha wa ia le whaamoemoe ia le ngona lava le nganga whawhatai. I tangata umalava le ngata I o nuu o ainga si o e kalesia. Ia e whaapea lava ia Samoa atoa o loo o tu mailo lato whaamoemoe nga fo I loo nei tangata whaatau wa ia whawhatai. Ia, I le taimi nei o whaamoemoe lava I le alii ia le whaamoemoe o loo iai le nei taimi. Ia o le tūlanga fo I le tapenanga o loo iai. O loo whaia pea ma le loto ato. Tuu mai iai ia le malosi o au nei ia e whaapea fo I tangata umo o loo mātou ngalulu e whaatasi. Ia le mawhaiona tu watu se tali tu sao pe mawhaiona tatou o mai ma le pale pe ai o le paule tala lo tu watu ia. O le loto atoa lava o loo alu iai o tele o alu wha tangata ese fo I le mea lea awa o loo sabu a veina le ingoa o si o wainga o si o mātou nuu ai le ngata I lea o loo sabu a veina Samoa ia whawhatai mo whawhasi. Whawhatai mo whawhasili o le whewhi o le mea sātani. Ai o loo maua pea le loto ma le anganga maua lalo mai le alii. Ai awa ata pena ina o le whaamoemoe ia tūlanga I isi te maitai fo ia la mātou tau wā. O loo iai lava le langona fia awa o le nei tau vanga. Ma so se tau vanga lava po o ni fono tanga fo I tātou te whalatai ma isi atunu o le Pasifika. O se awala tātou te ngalulu e whaatasi o tātou atunu la iti tātou o atunu le atu Pasifika. Awale atina e ina o tātou tangata ia o le tali atu lea whawhatai. Thank you for the question. As I mentioned before, a huge focus of my preparations is the inner preparation, and that includes mentally and psychologically. And I think going into these platforms, as I said, it comes with a lot of responsibility, but it also comes with a lot of challenges. And that's one of the challenges that the girls face every year is the online criticism that comes from people that express themselves online. And so for me personally, I won't speak for any others, but for me personally, as I said, I'm prepared to take on any challenge that comes my way, including the online criticism. But it's really about understanding who I am, where I'm from, and the people who are behind me. Awaya te aulava ia e whaingofia lava le nā tūlanga ona ele o tu mama aina ia tiau ia le lango tangata uma lava o lo lango ina le wha moe whawhitai. Great question. The Miss Pacific, it's a multifaceted role, meaning it doesn't come with just one aspect of being a Pacific Island woman. You carry with you, you going into as Miss Samoa, you carry a country, but as Miss Pacific, you carry a whole region. But that also means you carry with you the values of a Pacific Island region. And so for me, what a Miss Pacific Islands means to me is someone who represents the Pacific in all the beauty that it is, through our values of respect, of course, and love, and our friendly people that we have and known for in the Pacific, but also someone who stands up for the many challenges that we face in the Pacific, and that begins with understanding. Of course, like I said, another big part of my preparations is honing my understanding on the issues that we face in the Pacific. And so really understanding our people, our values, and of course, the challenges we face, but also lives it with integrity while not losing out on the individual's authenticity. So yes, whakatai. Sorry, whamole lava pim whaian, so I repeat my love, see. O se tasi o vaenga o le anganu o Samoa o te whia tuina atu I le Pasifika I tu matia I Samoa. O te ilo se tasi o vaenga o le anganu o Samoa ia te au lava ia tu matia ai o Samoa le atu o mono tofi o lona winga tu atu I le Pasifika. Samoa, we exist in a hierarchy, and I think that in this context and in the world that we live in, we know that we have a place and we have a space, and I think it's also very important for us to understand that as young people, at the end of the day, this is a platform that reaches many audiences, including our young people, and it's a message that I want to put through to our young people as well, through this platform and through being Miss Samoa, that while we do have a right to speak up in any context, we must also understand the context of which we live in. And so in Samoa as well, I think one of those key values that anchors everything and in any industry that exists within our nation is those values of respecting our elders and understanding that space ia maleva and that sacred space that we hold between people. And I think when we understand that va, coming into the digital space and going back to the theme of this year's pageant, it really helps us as people understand and build that understanding on the respect that we must hold for each other, regardless of what space. Ia, o le amalanga atu mo fiti I le tai ao I le vave ao ia le pōna nei o le au atu ai le malai waalele ia atu o inai ia Samoa ia taunu atu ai fiti tai ao whakatai. Whawhitai mo le whawhisili I le e taimi nei o loo alualu lelei pea ia tapenanga tau I lava whawhitai ai ia le langolango malosi a whale ofu uma I Samoa nei o loo langolango ina le whaamoemoe ia o nisi o whale ofu leo matou ngalue whaatasi, of course, so far is creation, o Leleata, o Nelly Samoa, o Senopia, o yeah, o Gwen, and who else? Yeah, manisi lava o isi fale ofu o maua atu I le nei taimi. Ai o tele lava ia nai pisinisi o alolofa mai a wata pinpilanga ia ele mawhai lava se mea pe a whai se tangata to atasi so momoli atu el whaftai I pisinisi lava o alolofa mai a wale wha moe ia whaftai. Of course, if I were crowned the Miss Pacific Islands pageant, it would be an extension of the work that has always been, that I have always been doing within my nation. And as most of you know, I'm an educator by profession, and so education has always been a key area of interest for mine. And recent statistics have shown that one of the key issues that we face in Samoa and in the Pacific as a region is low literacy and numeracy rates. And so that's one of the key focuses in my advocacy is, of course, education, particularly in the areas of literacy and numeracy. So just working with the relevant stakeholders, whether that be the Ministry of Education and other foundations similar to the foundation that I work with closely, Early Learning Foundation, are not only building the capacity of our local teachers in being able to teach literacy and numeracy within our schools, but also finding resources and building resources to help our young children with reading and writing and of course mathematics. Another key area that I would focus on is youth empowerment. Again, this is also another key area that I have always worked on, and of course something that I would hope to continue on if honored with the crown of Miss Pacific Islands. So to put it simply, those would be the two key areas that I would focus on. Whaftai.
What have you seen here too is can provide us with the total cost of your preparations for the upcoming Miss Pacific? Any estimation?
At the moment, I personally cannot give you a rough estimation of the cost, simply because we've just been very blessed to have the support of course, like I mentioned, many of our fashion houses in Samoa who have greatly lessened the costs of our preparations. But so far, the costs that we are looking at, of course, flights, or lava ma'ofu, yeah, but then again there's costs that includes accommodation and preparations in Fiji. So I guess that would be, that's just to give you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of preparations. Thank you.
Can you advise us from Tusitala to help you
Yes, Litara is a special one. She'll every now and then send me a message and a paragraph with a Bible quote in it to help guide my day or help my preparations. But of course, at the moment, Litara has also just, has been in Samoa recently with her own, she's had some family commitments that she's been committed to. But one piece of advice that I can think of the top of my head from the many things that Litara has shared with me is to remember to be yourself, to be your authentic self in this platform. It's easy to lose who you are and what you believe in such a platform, but to always remember to be grounded in those and in what you have been taught, of course, from your family and your nation. So, Whaftai.
How many in your team going over to Fiji?
I wouldn't know for sure, unfortunately. Core team, we are looking at about 5 people, 6 people for core team, and then you have the support system, which are all very important people that are part of the team. le upo tātou e le sili le tai nei lo tapuai ia mo le nei taimi e lo ia se numera tu sa atu mo le nei mo le au malanga ia ai whaftai lava le po o ai lava pe to atasi pe to alua sfulu pe se lau fo ia whafte talia ma le anga whaftai lang lang.
And I hope Digicel will be able to provide some 2 seats on the plane for them. How much the Digicel is offering for the house sponsorship as the major sponsor?
Sorry, we cannot disclose that. It's a private agreement with Onomia Productions, so respectfully, we cannot disclose that.
Everything is good. Thank you very much, Pastor Lava.
Tai.
No more questions? Whaftai te le lava mo le whaavanoa ino o le tau taimi. Thank you so much for being here in support of our Tausala's journey. Absolutely appreciate your presence here this afternoon. Whaftai.
Whaftai lava.